Okay, so today we're learning about square roots. Now, you will have come across squaring numbers. Now, square roots is the opposite of squaring a number. So you can see here we've got 2 squared, which means 2 times 2, or 2 multiplied by itself, and it's equal to 4. Now, this little squiggly line, that's what we call the square root symbol, okay? So this is the square root symbol, and inside you can see 4. So the square root of 4, what that's asking us to find is what number multiplied by itself is equal to 4. So we know that 2 times by itself, so 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So we would say that the square root of 4 is equal to 2. So let's have a look, before we get to our first example, at our order of operations. So we can see here we've got BOMDAS. Now, under our O, where we're looking at powers, that's where our square root falls as well. So once you've evaluated what's inside the brackets, you would then do your square root or your squaring. That's where it falls in the order of operations. So let's go through a few examples to see how these square roots are calculated. So for our first example, we're trying to find the square root, okay, and it's shown by its symbol, of 9. So what number multiplied by itself gives the result of 9? So what number multiplied by itself gives you 9? So the answer is 3, okay? So the square root of 9 is 3. Now to check that, we do 3 times 3 is 9. Correct. So the square root of 9 is 3. Now our second example here is the square root of 36. So what number multiplied by itself, or what number squared, gives you a result of 36? Have a think. The answer is 6. Okay, so 6 multiplied by itself, okay, or 6 squared is equal to 36. Now remember, that's the opposite, okay, of square roots. So square root is the opposite of squaring. So our square root of 36 is equal to 6. And that's how we can go back and forth between our squares and square roots. Now example 2 here is slightly different. Inside our square root symbol we have 19 plus 6. Now what we need to do in this case is we need to evaluate this first. So we need to figure out what 19 plus 6 is first. And we put the result of that in our square root symbol. So 19 plus 6 is 25. So our first line of working will look like this. So now we need to figure out what number multiplied by itself gives us 25. What number squared gives us 25? I'll give you a moment to have a think. The answer is 5. Okay? 5 multiplied by itself is 25. Okay, so we would say that the result of this particular question is 5.